I play Warzone on mouse and keyboard, and I wanted to share some tips that I use to help making movement or gameplay generally just easier. Now, if you have a mouse, not all mice, they're not all the same. I personally use a Logitech Hero G502. I highly recommend this mouse. It is incredible. One of my favorite features, and I use this a lot in Call of Duty, is that the mouse wheel counts as a click left or right. And I use that for my tacticals and lethals. But we have the DPI button, and you could make these different buttons so Call of Duty can register it. And if you want a video on that, I can help you with that. Anywho, so we have one button here, two on the side. Let me put this in the camera. There we go. All right, one here, two on the side. And then on top, where's this thing? You have one here, obviously scroll wheel, and then left, right, and then the buttons, right? There are things here, but one is to make this a free flowing wheel, or click, 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 click. Okay, anywho, let's move on. First thing that I do different than most mouse and keyboard players is I don't play WASD. I play ESDF because I find, since this is also not just my gaming computer, we use this for typing, and this specific keyboard has a notch for the F. And I am just so trained that every time I move my hand, like if I had to come over here for something, when I come back, my hand is naturally going to go to the F. It just is. So I just decided to give in and I accommodated to that. But it also opened me up to a little bit more keyboard use. Now, when I play, this is my normal setup. Well, to be honest, I would have it a bit more over so my mouse has more room. But for the sake of you guys being able to see everything, this is what we're doing. I might actually have to try this setup for gaming. Obviously not necessarily the big me, and I could change some things, but I do like how this is, you could see everything. Anywho, I'm gonna open up my settings here. Alright, I'm gonna make the face cam go away so you guys can see more, and I think I might move this guy for just a little bit. And then we might play a match just so you could see it all in action. Not saying it'll last long, but we're gonna try. Okay, so jumping in. Like I said, my movement keys are EDSF, and that works well for me. This keyboard is not my favorite, if I'm honest with you. I did get it winning it at work. The buttons are not great, but the only other keyboard that I have is a Bluetooth one. And this one just does not seem to like to work when OBS is on. So I cannot record with it. I could game with it if I'm not doing OBS, but as soon as I open it, it just gets confusing. Alright. So I have made auto move forward H. Sometimes if I'm flying in a direction, I'll just hit H, or if we're running across a field and I need to like AFK, boom. Jump, stand, mantle, of course, that's normal. Now I don't have a button set for prone or dive, and you'll see why in a second. So this change, stance, slide, and dive. This is everything for me. I use scroll wheel forward for my Omnimovement optimization, and it really just felt very natural for me. Now I do also have shift, that is my normal one, but I use that to allow myself to go prone if I need to, because you can't do that with the scroll wheel. This is simply for Omnimovement, and I'll show you that in action. I used to use this as my lethal being thrown. That also felt really good, but now I use my scroll wheel sideways. I have been playing around with my holding breath button being A instead of caps lock. I used to use A to mute my microphone in game, but I have changed that to a different key. I went back to control because my inventory used to be a different button and now I put it on my mouse. Trying to make it faster for myself, but it's never faster at first. I have to retrain my mind. And there will be a lot of times after I change it, I all of a sudden am really good at doing it the other way. And I'm like, come on now. So movement, advanced keybinds. Nothing in here really besides the cut, shoot, and open shoot. The equal sign is what is assigned to my DPI button on here. So that is what that is. So my cut shoot is on my mouse and then spacebar to open it. I hold spacebar to give up. And this can be whatever you want it to be. For me it's B, but let's move on. Combat keys. This is normal. Reload R. Next weapon. Scroll wheel backwards. That's normal. Okay. My melee is this button. This is one of the things I'm playing around with. So when I'm holding my mouse, I have interact as my first thumb button. Oh. Dang it. Quit to just restart. Why you do me like that? Okay. While that's doing its thing. So interact for me is the first button. It is so easy to use. I love it. Sometimes I almost make it my melee, but I just don't think that that is smart for me. This used to be how I would armor up that for like a long time. And it's been weird getting used to it because I changed it to, oh, my t-shirt design stuff's still up. And if you're not following that, please give me a follow on the savepointshop.com. Okay, not .com. I don't have a .com, but on TikTok and stuff. Okay, back to it. Interact. Okay, yeah, so this used to be my armor button. Now it is melee. Because I find that if my finger isn't on the interact, it rests on my DPI button. And that's a lot easier for me to do. My melee used to be this back here, and at the moment I have them both assigned to that. So that way, if my natural instinct goes back to this, then I know that that is going to stay that way. But if I can retrain my brain, I would like it to be here because it feels better in a fight. Alright, let's open this back up. Ba-na-na-na. I could have paused you, but I felt it was we could just get through some stuff. Keybinds. Combat. Okay. So that's what we have here. The equal sign again is that DPI button. Boom boom. And then the fourth button is the one that is behind. We got one button, this one's the 4. My lethal. That would be me pressing my scroll wheel over this way. And it's a simple press. It is so amazing when you're aiming down sight and able to just slightly move your finger to the left and you end up throwing a knife at them at the same time. It's really great. Tactical opposite direction on the scroll wheel. My field upgrade. I currently have that as this front button on my mouse. I'm still trying to figure out if I like it. It used to be T, so right now these two are switched. Armor is now on my on the keyboard, which has been feeling good. And again, I told you interact is that first thumb button on the mouse. For detonating C4, I chose B because of the way my keybinds are set up. I didn't have a lot of options and bombs go boom, so B. When I get a kill streak, W is how I use it. And I mostly play Warzone, so that's what I'm focusing on with talking about these keybinds. Inventory. That is, I believe, this button here on my mouse. Again, I'm still figuring stuff out because I just changed these last time I gamed, but I'm pretty sure it's this guy here. Map is caps or M. I do like it to be... Oopsie daisies. I do like it to be on here, so when I'm running around I could just press it. So these two might end up changing. I just have to play around with it. My ping is G. I also wouldn't mind possibly considering that as a button on my mouse, but I find that the other uses of the buttons are a bit more important. I've tried it in this position, and I just find that in the heat of battle, it doesn't feel natural to do. Might be different for you. Feel free to try that for yourself. Alright, I don't know. Nothing really super important over here, I don't think, that's different. If you are someone who uses OBS, or maybe you want to just mute your microphone, for me, I made that control. Just easy corner button. Sometimes I want to mute the sound in the game, especially at the beginning scene where all that noise is happening. If I hit Alt, it gets rid of the game sound, and when I hit F9, it disconnects me from the chat in the game. So I don't gotta hear anything I don't want to hear, or have the stream get messed up for some reason. Is there anything else important in here? Oh, if you do change things and you do decide to be somebody who runs on an ESDF keybind, make sure you go in and change all your flight stuff to match that. And just double check that all of your vehicle movement and all that, you're not missing any keybinds. And like I changed my handbrake, I think on... Hold on. Those have been empty a minute. Where was vehicle? Vehicle keybinds. I have shift as handbrake, but I find that when I'm driving, it doesn't feel good. Same thing with the Omnimovement problem. I made my melee button my drift. That feels a lot better. And then you just make sure everything else is what you need it to be. And then you're good to go. Let's go ahead and hop into a match and show you these things in action. Now, I don't know how good we're gonna do. I haven't played it all today and I gotta go to work soon. So this is just gonna be a one-time chance here. We could go into Resurgence and have multiple opportunities. But we could do solos on here. Alright, here we go. So, let's see. I kind of want to land away from stuff so that way I could talk to you guys. Okay. Now, normally I would probably have my mouse a little bit further away from me. Just a little bit, because I'm gonna end up hitting that. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about was sensitivity. I will talk about that in just a minute. So as far as mouse sensitivity goes... Wait. Alright. There is something that you get with mouse called mouse acceleration. And with that, it allows you to do a movement, let's say like with your mouse, if you do a fast movement like that, that's mouse acceleration. So if you have that set at a certain number, you only have to do it like a little bit and it'll just be like go crazy. Let me settings. I got somebody. Okay. My mouse sensitivity is 1.35. And you can also go deeper into it and customize your sensitivity per weapon. I used to do that. I think I've since put stuff back to what they are typically. Mouse advanced settings, is it? Yeah, so this is your custom per zoom. Hope someone's coming in.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Okay.
I'm reloading.
Mouse. So I have it under here because it's a favorite of mine, just for the sake of being faster. I don't have push to talk set up because I just mute and unmute. Oh, someone's coming. Back here. Mouse acceleration, 0.25. That's what I keep it at. You don't need a lot, okay? If I didn't have it on at all, this is what it would look like. So, when I move my mouse quick... So if I didn't have any mouse acceleration on... Oh god, this might be bad. I've never... I need to stay hidden.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
Ah, shit.
Watch the skies.
I'm gonna die, y'all. I'm gonna die, y'all. Oh, I cannot aim. This is so weird. So with this, it takes more of a movement of my mouse to do what I need to do. Oh, that's... I mean, clearly it's a bot, but now it knows I'm here. Oh my god. Okay. Let me get back here. Alright, so then you have something different, right? Let's do 3.5. So when I do my mouse... Jesus Christ. Yeah, this would be uncontrollable, honestly. Like, I didn't even have to move my mouse very much. Yeah, too high. We're gonna die quick with this. Let's just fix that. So I found for me, 0.25 is a good sweet spot. And I actually have been considering lowering it. Alright. Because sometimes I feel when I'm running around, my movement feels a bit like jerky, you know? Oops, we got a bot over there.
Time's up. Contract failed.
Alright. So typically with Omnimovement on mouse and keyboard, you want to go this direction, but you also want to press, you want to go like this, right? It takes 2 buttons to do that. Now on top of that, you have to add on a third, which for me, would be it's not right now, but it would be shift if it was correct. So in my case, it's scroll wheel. Oh. So a keyboard player would have to press 1, 2, and 3 just to make that movement that comes almost effortless to people on... I gotta beat the smoke. For people that are on, oh my gosh, controller. I'm trying to think of what I need to do. Thought I heard someone to the right. Okay, we really don't got time. Alright. So this is... Man, we need to get in a vehicle, but I don't think I'll make it to that one in time. Listen, we might be in the smoke first. Oh, man, I don't think... This is some fast smoke, y'all. Oh, we got a little run. What? No. Well, that's a flaw I did never have before in this setup, where I went to scroll and zoom into the map, and because it's forward on my scroll wheel, it made me dive. Man, my FPS is crazy right now, like low. It's at like 100. And my latency is 30. Load. Run. But I should, no, you know what, that's not bad. I got a camera, like being used, 2 different cameras. Listen, are we gonna survive this? Just been blindly running. Oh, it's gonna be on the roof. Is there a zip? Yeah. Okay.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Wonderful. Double check. Alright. So, when it comes to movement with mouse and keyboard, you could see it's a lot easier for me to just quickly hit that scroll wheel than it would be for me to do 2 buttons. I might try to put that mouse acceleration to 0.20. And the thing is when you change your sensitivity, you gotta be aware that you're not gonna unless it's like you just tweaked it to the perfection that it needed to be, it's gonna feel weird. Like for me, it feels slower. Just a little bit. But that might be what I need to track. Alright. What am I'm running around with no plates, y'all. How did nobody tell me? Come on. We don't got enough money for nothing. Because really we came in here to show you the buttons. And to play a match in doing so. But, yeah, I need to pick things up to use them. Now, we have a refill station in here, so totally this will work. Now, you'll see on my mouse, I'm going to hit my scroll wheel over, and it's going to throw. So if I was shooting somebody, I could just easily, boop, I'll flash them or whatever. Boom. Ooh. Alright, so we're gonna go and try to make some stuff happen. Same level. One of the struggles I've had is trying to hone in my graphic settings for recording and gameplay. So one thing I've lost is distance visibility. From here, it doesn't look as clear as this. This is obviously that's zoomed in, but it's I've lost clarity from a distance to make sure I could try to upkeep the quality of the recordings. But I am grateful it's nice and clear when I actually need it. But it does make me miss some enemies from afar. I just heard somebody. Did you guys hear that? Ooh, a heli. Damn it. There we go. He thought no one saw him land on there. He was wrong. Let's go see what he was looking at. I wish I was one of those cool content creators that had like C4s. And we'd go put that on top, like on the heli. Listen, if we find some, we're doing it. I've never done that before. And I just feel like we could have some fun with that.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
It's definitely a real person.
Enemy UAV overhead.
God damn it.
Target vault.
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike it now. Go again.
Moving to my mark.
Oh my god, I pinged it like there's somebody there.
Charging bags.
Oh, well played. Oh, that was somebody else, I think. Maybe not.
It's your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
Okay. This could be the end, y'all. Especially if we get pistols. It would not be good. I'm really bad at pistols. But you could see movement is real smooth with this. And it's helped me a lot.
Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Like, I actually am not as afraid to corner. Like, boom, have guns ready. Bah, bah, bah. I would have never done that before.
Success means redeployment.
Oh, okay, we have a chance here.
Elimination.
Could be a bot. Most likely a bot. That took way too many shots in him, I tell you. But you see that movement? Alright. We don't have a loadout. Where'd we died. Come on now. Where's the circle? We're in the circle. There's gonna be a lot of people over there. This is tough, y'all. Could be making a mistake. I don't have any plates. It's a goddamn bot.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Oh, come on. I didn't have any plates. What was I thinking? Well, that's it. That's the Keybinds, friends. I think that, turn that sound off here. Yeah, I think that that's a pretty good video about that. I'm not upset. I mean, the gameplay wasn't great, but you know, we had fun. I got to showcase how these things all work, and I gotta go to work. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta go to work, guys. So this is actually perfect timing. I think that that's everything I had for today. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you hit all them buttons, share this with a friend, and say, you know, I thought your keybinds were weird, right? But check out this chick's. But until next time, y'all, stay lifted. Peace.